We're the Sunderkids.
So.
Pick a little taco.
I don't.
Pick a little taco. Tick taco.
I
Okay, one more.
was trying to think of a sewing song, and then I couldn't think of it really last minute. So
Couldn't
then it was
think of
just like
anything.
absolutely nothing.
So,
Sorry.
I guess
Welcome
that's what
back to
we were
Everyday
trying to
Vibes
talk
with
about.
the
The
Sunderkids.
Sunderkids. I'm Matthew.
I'm Brittany, and we're gonna talk about sewing.
We're going to talk about sewing for a little
You
bit. So,
sew, Matthew?
I sew a little bit, just a little
Just
bit.
a
I
little
do love
bit.
sewing. I have my own sewing machine.
Mm,
At some point, I do need to
must be
get
fucking nice.
an embroidery machine. But yeah, well, I'm kind of jealous of you because you have the actual hand skills and you're able to do some pretty cool stuff. But it is a lot more time consuming than mine.
And also just
And
like the capabilities. I can't like
yeah,
hem
I can do a
things or
lot of
like
things.
do
I
like
can
make
put buttons
things.
on things.
Yeah, I can't.
You
I mean,
know,
I can
I've done
put
that.
buttons on things, hand sewing,
But
but
no,
like
no,
I
no, like
can't.
buttonholes.
Um,
I can press a button
yes.
and it goes. It makes a buttonhole.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
Oh, it's pretty sick.
I was pretty
And,
sick.
and it's pretty sick. And it was $150. It was on sale on
Nice.
Amazon, and it's a
What brand? Brother.
brother. Yeah, CS
Brother.
6000I. Because I have to remember that to look up the bobbin because I can never remember that what size it is
Dude,
because
bobbins.
it is specific.
Bobbins are so specific. I would say they're one of the hardest things in the machine for some stupid reason. They're dipshit stupid. But like if
Yeah,
you thread them the wrong way, if you put them if you get a piece of lint in there, if there's just like anything wrong with the bobbin,
yeah,
you
it
fired.
messes. Yeah, it messes up things. Yeah,
Everything goes
I had
haywire.
I was at the end of this latest bobbin
Okay.
for the thread, and it messed up the entire tension of the pocket. And
Ugh.
then, oh my gosh, then you have to undo the whole thing, and then I have to redo it
And
with a
I
new
don't know
fresh
much
bobbin.
about like tension. I feel like there is some issues with machines, and you have to take in your machine decently often. And sometimes, if you can't
Yeah,
get the traction or
for
the
some
pressure or
reason,
whatever,
mine's
it,
good, but yeah,
it's. But there's some confusing things in having a machine that I don't
yeah.
know that I should learn, I guess.
Well, you can get different types of thread that then require different tension, or you could be working with different materials that then require different tension, and or different foots. Of the
Yeah, little
actual,
feet.
yeah, the mechanism for a sewing machine is just so incredible. Have you ever seen any of those gifs online of the internal mechanisms of what the thread's actually doing?
I
It's like
think I
little
have.
things.
I mean, I can imagine.
Okay,
It's like
yeah,
ridiculous in
it's
just like
yeah,
a
and it's doing it like
millisecond.
yeah, like oh my god, so
Like,
fast,
and then you go faster, and it's like,
yeah. But oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that this one they come with the buttons because I just use the button and have it on a slow setting. So I kind of go slow. I'm like,
so you have no foot pedal,
well, I do. It's with the rest
but
of the
like you
stuff.
don't use that. You use the push start.
No,
You're
and
tech savvy.
which is surprising because I for years had a car that had no cruise control, so I'm
Correct.
used to hours and hours and hours keeping a constant foot
Ridiculous.
pressure. So, but I just never really liked it with the sewing machine. But
Okay. I mean, it
yeah,
checks. It's nice to have a
but
steady
like
pressure. It's hard to
it's a
keep a
steady,
constant steady
and
pressure.
then I'm able to like count the number of
Mm.
dunk, 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 and it's very consistent. And that way, most of my lines are pretty straight on.
Yeah. And
They're
you don't
pretty
have,
good.
like, big sheets of fabric you're going through, you know what I
No,
mean? You've got
no.
small
I've kind of
areas, tight space.
specialized in a very specific niche.
Yeah, nipple
There's
play.
a few things that I venture out on, like hoodies, like the pockets or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
hoodie
belly
shapes.
play.
The most extravagant sewing projects that I've done were actually like the first two sewing projects that I did, and that was way back in the day in college, or no, and that was in high school.
We did some
Mom taught
sewing with
us.
mom back in the day, like, we made
Yeah,
a lot of fleece pants and, like,
yeah,
pillowcases,
and
um
shorts.
and
couple times.
shorts, just, like, random pants.
Yeah.
Okay, we made a lot of, like, bottoms,
Yeah.
because they were easy,
And
you have an elastic waistband and then down. She made us towel
yeah.
pants, like, we swam, so then it was like, "Hey, here's
Oh,
fleece
yeah,
to
I
keep you
remember
warm and,
those.
like, towel pants to, like, lay in." I had some hot pink lime green towel pants, they were sick
I don't remember
AF.
having any. I don't
No,
know if I
I
did.
mean, you were not,
I
like,
think you're
the
yeah,
club swimmer,
no,
nor
until
did you
eventually I
probably
got
want, like,
roped into it. But
towels.
yeah, but mom was the sewer. She is a fantastic
She
and excellent
is
sewer that knows both how to
phenomenal
do, like,
seamstress.
machine stuff, like, she's great.
She knows it
Um,
all.
yeah,
Sewing
yeah, can
wizard.
actually read a full
Patterns.
pattern. Yeah, that was
Like,
my
that's
biggest
a
challenge.
whole other language.
And I know, like, I
It's
just gotta
rough.
study and do some, like, I just gonna take some time and practice, and then
Yes.
I can learn anything, you know? It's
Yes.
just time, practice, effort, and
Yes.
attention, focus, and discipline, and consistency, and all
Yeah,
that stuff
yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
order to, like, learn and, like, make projects. But then also, it's expensive to buy a lot of fabric and
Yes.
just make costumes all the time,
Yes.
you know? Like,
Yes.
anything costs, like, each project is a thing,
It
you
is
know?
crazy
Nowadays.
how cheap it is to buy clothing rather than sew your own. Like,
Yeah, isn't
fabric
that nuts?
itself is just super expensive.
Yeah, yeah. But so mom taught us throughout growing up.
Yes.
And then we also had home
And,
ec
like, you had
classes
the
in Key
home
West.
ec and
Yeah,
Kiewit. Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
were the same wavelength.
Yeah, and you had the frog that you had with rice in it, right? Like, you
Yeah,
sewed the frog.
yeah. It was
Um,
either that or a tomato. I'm
okay.
pretty sure I made like tomato.
I made a
No,
big
I
old
meant a
fucking
frog.
frog.
Yeah, you know, yeah,
And then you could heat it up or cool it off. It was like they and you slip stitch it at the end. Um, yeah, no, that was a
yeah.
great class. We made
It was a good one.
potatoes too, like sliced potatoes with seasoning. Those are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, home ec in middle school was litty
Ace
titty.
that class. We did
Yeah,
good
we
at
just
that shit.
fucking did. We crushed
Yeah,
that.
we did. We
I
did
can
pretty good.
imagine you did. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's
I
epic.
don't know. I'm
But
just pretty precise. I like going in a straight line.
yes, and steady. I think
And
mom
then
would always just be like, "Be patient. It's okay.
patience.
Calm.
Yeah. And
Steady."
then she did equate it like to engineering and Legos, like for building a project or building a thing with a pattern.
Okay, there
It's
you
just
go.
like, layers on layers on layers, and then you have to think on how you connect it, you
Yeah.
know. And I was like,
Yeah,
ooh, that
y
makes sense to me. That's
that's
fun.
sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the pillowcases, it was always fun to have cool pillowcases, and then you have,
Yeah.
like, strips of different fabric. Plus, she did my room. We painted my room. Remember my room? It was crazy.
Gosh, it was what?
It
Lime
was wild.
green, pink.
Lime green, pink, turquoise, and daisy yellow,
Yeah.
each
Oh
one
my
wall. But
gosh.
it came from the paint colors came from the fabrics. We found 3 fabrics. One was the curtains, one
Yeah.
covered my bulletin board, and the other one was another set of curtains. So I had, like, curtains for my, closet,
Yeah.
which had mirror doors, which I loved, and
Yeah,
then,
I have my
my,
mirror
like,
door, and
window
it's awesome.
window. Yeah, I miss that. And so my
So good.
room was like these colors of the fabrics, and then it was like, "Okay, let's buy comparatively to, paint."
Yeah. Smart
Oh,
move. Iconic.
so sick. Like, you
VIP.
could be so different and unique because you're, like,
And then,
in the
yeah,
fabric
you had a
store.
full white bed frame,
Yes,
painted white bed frame. Like,
yes.
yeah, I just
And
remember
then a
so vividly
beautiful
your room.
armoire, like,
Yeah, it's all painted white.
my dress
Yeah.
closet. Just, like,
Yeah.
stunning. Fucking crazy. Yeah, wicker little desk right there too.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
yeah.
blue and fish and
Yeah, yeah,
cloud
yours was under the sea.
under the sea.
We
Yeah, it
had
was
that
awesome.
huge light. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so sick. Yeah,
They
and
still
she
have
could just,
that.
like, make certain things. She was very crafty. She is very crafty,
Yeah.
but she's more of, like, a
So
sewer
what
crafty.
project was it for you that got you into sewing then? Was it
Um,
the pillows?
well, I mean, I honestly kind of was like mom will just do it. Mom will do it. Mom will
Yeah.
do it. Mom will do it. Everything
Yeah, of
mom will do.
course.
"Mom, can you
Yeah.
sew this? Mom, can you do this?" And so
Yeah. I'll pick
dependent,
out the hammer.
on that one. And she just did it. I mean, she made those Halloween costumes were always fire.
Oh my
Like,
gosh,
whatever
yeah. We
mom
had a
needed.
an
And I had that, like,
extensive
big
collection of
old
awesome.
gold we had a
Yeah.
collection of costumes
Oh
just
my
because
gosh.
she's, like,
Like
sews, and it's like
like
whatever the hell
I'm a
you wanted to be, you wear
Jedi,
it.
and then I have
Yeah.
robes for other
Done.
different costumes, and then we
Yeah.
have leprechaun
Gandalf.
stuff, and then we have
Done.
like Indians. We have
It's like
everything. We have
Comic-Con.
all over the
You're
place.
like,
Yeah.
done. Like, all the
Like if
we
you could
just
think it,
costumed up.
she could get it done. Like,
She
and
could
it
get
was
it done, and she
awesome.
would get it done. That woman, she's incredible. She'd,
Oh.
like, stay up all night just, like, sewing these things. She's a baddie. She's a
Like,
fucking baddie.
so
I
good.
mean, come on. And we had dress I had tons of dress coats from the time I was 3 years old, and they were all,
Yeah.
like, sewed by mom, just, like, strips of random friggin', like, silky silks
Yeah.
and, like,
And then I love
elastic
getting
everywhere.
dressed up as well, and I always had a different like
Yeah.
hat on stuff. I was in character
Yeah,
mode
you
all
were
the
always
time.
in a hat. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was like we always had these things. We were
Yeah,
vibing with it.
because she
She
knows how to
was
sew and she's good
yeah,
at it, and we could whip things up because she
she'll
used to make
whip
her own clothes in the
things
'70s.
up.
You
Yes, she
know?
made her own swimsuits, like, all the things, all of
Yeah.
the things. Well, and I think it was like, well, mom made this dress, like, I started to wear halter dresses in, like, high
Okay.
school, and mom would make them, and it would be the fabric I wanted. No one has this
Yep.
dress. It's, like,
Yeah.
form-fitting, it's beautiful, and so, like, all these dresses were like, oh, highlight,
Yeah.
big freaking
Yeah.
highlight. Like,
Nice.
that's
That's
like, I
pretty
had
good.
a designer, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
it's like, I want
And
this
it's
and this
clothes that
color
you
and this
fondly
length.
remember, like, it's not embarrassing and bad
Yeah, it's
clothing, you
not
know? It's
weird that
yeah.
someone's making my clothes. This is,
No,
like,
like, they're actually
better than that.
fashionable. Yeah.
Yeah, and she had zippers. It's not like they're, like,
Yeah.
stacked potato shit, you know, it's like,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
could be sold somewhere easily. Like,
Yeah.
complete like, pleated in the boobs. I mean, she just really
Yeah.
knew how to freaking sew. She knows how to sew. But I think that was it. But then I go, I'm just dependent on mom for that. Great. She's always gonna be there. She's never gonna die. She's fucking immortal, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then I go to Costa Rica and Mark Senya, whole other type of thing. She sews and she sews well, and her mom makes her own clothes. And Mark Senya
Uh-huh.
probably could, but she's not that's not her type of thing. She makes
Okay.
these aprons. She's more of like this, but then she embroiders by hand all these other things and does all these more artsy things with it, I'd say.
Yeah.
Then and like big quilts. She does sew all these quilts. She makes all these quilts. They're pretty intense and amazing.
Uh-huh,
Um,
uh-huh, uh-huh.
so I think through that and 2 years of just, like, being in there and
Yeah,
learning
because
and,
you
like
helped like, get them sewing machines and stuff and build that business, right?
yes, yes,
That was
yes,
part of the mission.
yes, got a grant,
Peace
got, like,
Corps, yeah.
$1,600, got her some new machines, got
Oh,
her an iPad,
yeah. That's
new
fucking
stuff,
legit.
big stuff,
Dude, the
it was
quilting is
great.
legit. Quilting is legit.
Quilting is legit. That's some
Quilting
badass
is
shit.
legit.
And then she mom pays people to quilt her stuff together.
Yeah,
And I mean,
yeah,
hers
but
could be quilted tighter together because she does it by hand. You're like going all around these things, making these patterns. It's still
yeah,
by hand. And after a
for
few
sure.
washes, you're kind of like pushing this out if you're going
Yeah,
crazy. So you kind of gotta people get these longboard big
yeah.
machines and that like whoosh, tightens it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very a little
So that
different,
was
but
the catalyst,
very
and then
amazing.
now so you've pretty much embraced the embroidery aspect,
I've
and you're
embraced the
pretty good
embroidery aspect. I'm a lot
on
better
the
at that.
hands.
I feel like I've got
Yeah.
control. I draw a little bit. I'm better at like looking at something and
You're a
copying it.
pretty good artist, and you
Um,
don't give yourself enough credit for your
uh,
creativity. So, like, good job on that,
thank
and
you very
keep
much.
exploring that
Thanks.
because that's a good little
But I do
passion
like
to
to
get
just, like,
into.
look things up and then copycat
Yeah,
draw, and then I'll sew them.
and
So
that
and that's fine.
taking one thing into a different medium, Brittany, that's every movie adaptation of a book.
Yeah.
Like, like you're
Very
just
true.
doing art,
Very true. Just doing art, just
You're
doing
just
my
taking
thing.
something into a different medium.
I like that.
That is still
I like
art,
that.
you know?
I like that. I like that. It's true. It's true.
It's
It's
true.
absolutely.
It's true.
And then, I've got these aprons and I'll just like embroider onto them. Or when someone gets married, and I used to do this a lot more than I do now. I'm not going to lie. I need to get back into it. But I would spend hours and decades on these
Yeah.
patterns of wedding things or like something else. And it was
Yeah.
awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. And that was with
Um,
the ring,
and
right?
that's with, yeah, the hoop.
The hoop, the wooden
Mhm.
hoop.
The
That's what it
wooden
was.
hoop.
That's pretty
Or
cool.
plastic, but
Yeah.
yeah, the wooden hoop. But Diana and Alex, they had that forest one, and it was like my first 3D thing, and it turned
Yeah.
out incredible. It looks so good in their house too. I saw it.
Uh-huh.
Um, but
So
like
you've
they're
done the
cool
bottom of
gifts.
jeans, you've
Like,
done on
yeah, I've done mom's
hats,
jeans, hats. I've
you've
done
done
another
jean
hat. Just like
jackets all over the
random shit.
place.
It's
Yeah.
nice to be able, like, I had a rip in my shorts and I just like embroidered a flower where it ripped.
Yeah.
And like I don't have a sewing machine. Stupid. I don't have that. Um,
Yeah.
but
One of
that's
these days.
okay.
Yeah,
One of
you'll
these
get there.
days. And I mean, will I? I don't have the money to go buy fabric to go like whip
Yeah.
up some shit, so it would be
Yeah.
nice one day to do something like that, but that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I know
When
for
Most part.
middle school I remember doing some of those home ec projects and stuff, and that was cool and whatever. But I think it was really the costumes for Halloween, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
when eventually we went to NebraskaCon,
Yes.
or at least I went to NebraskaCon, and then I wanted to make my own costumes because
Yes.
everybody there was actually making their own
And
costumes,
they're
and then I was
intricate.
like. No, realizing how good mom is at making all this stuff. I'm like, wait, oh yeah, you can actually teach us all
Yes,
this stuff.
yes, we
Like you
learned.
are actually an expert on this. So my first thing I think was the Joffrey costume, and I
Okay.
pretty much sewed that whole thing. And she helped me line up everything, like double, triple check every single cut, every
Oh,
single
yeah, fuck
thing, every
yeah.
single notch. But I'm pretty good at keeping it through the lines, keeping it
Yeah, yeah,
center.
yeah.
I think I probably had better eyes back then,
Yeah.
but like I don't know, I'm able to just like zero in on it. Um, but those two, that and I think mom made the Gandalf costume,
Okay.
the cloak and
The
stuff.
cloak.
I think I helped on it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I think I did the inner cloak, which is
Okay.
why it's a little tight.
Okay.
But I
Funny.
also was also a little tinier in middle school
Yes.
and high school.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
The cloak is still like super fucking long. It's so
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's
But
amazing.
you just change out the beard whenever
Yeah.
you need a new costume,
Put on
and
your
then
character.
just put on a hat. Like it's fine. But you got the cloak. You got the rest
Yeah.
of it. So I mean, it doesn't matter.
And I do
Um,
think that, like, anytime you're making something you wanna make, it's better,
yeah, yeah.
and when I start now that I'm an adult, in your
An adult. Oh
30s,
my
you like
gosh.
things that, like, are functional,
Oh
and
my god.
so
Functional.
now in my 30s, I make bowl holders.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Those
they're
bowl holders
freaking
are
tight, they're
awesome.
so great, and I have a few, and I
They're
made them as
cotton
gifts.
and they're square, but you what?
Cotton
Scrunch
and
them
square, yeah, pointed.
and then stitch it in so it's a bowl shaped.
Yep, yep, yep. So it
And
comes out
what's the
looking like a
magic
little
about
flower.
having a 100% cotton fabric bowl holder with cotton thread? What's the benefit?
You can go in the microwave and it won't
It can go
burn.
in black and wave. It won't
Yay.
burn.
So, whether you want
Other
a
thread
hot
will
dish
burn.
or cold dish, you can use this under your bowl. You can put it in the
Yeah.
microwave and heat up your soup for
No.
3 minutes and pull
Yeah.
it
No
out with
more
the bowl,
cold
like,
laps from ice
totally
cream.
chill. Yeah, no cold hands. You're, like, sitting on your lap, totally fine with a bowl
You
holder.
Gucci. Yeah.
And make them reversible. They're cute either way.
Yeah.
Mom sent me one for graduation, which was so cute. It was like a bookworm.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So cute. Like, you can get personal with people. In fact, I made vests for people in Peace Corps. Remember when I made all those
Yes.
vests? Those were
So
fire. When I got
that was
sent
pretty
home for
good.
medical shit, I forgot about these vests. How could I forget about the
You can't forget
vests?
about the vest, Brittany. Those are
Dipshit.
iconic again,
They're
legendary.
iconic. They're
They wear those all the
legendary.
time. And
They
then the
do,
fun
and then
part
I
is
made
I
Allie and
had
Jimmy
some
wedding ones.
pockets. Isn't
They
that
had
nuts?
Mr. and
Oh,
Mrs.
really?
wedding ones, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
'cause I was marrying them, and it was like, "Yes, this is
They need
you need a vest."
vests. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember working on like, oh, that's the project you're gonna do while you're home is make what 13 vests,
Yes, out of
and then
fabric that mom
and then
already
I
has.
had my own, and I think you have mine or something.
I have yours because
Yeah,
mine disappeared
you did yours
on a night
disappeared,
in a
and
hospital
then
in Costa
you,
Rica. I don't know
yeah,
where it's at.
and
I
you
don't know where my
commandeered
I have a
mine.
Halloween one somewhere. It should
As is
be.
your eldest sibling right to commandeer the vest that I made.
Yes, thank you very
Yeah,
much. But then, I made that one with all the patches. I've got the new denim
the
vest.
new, the
That's the
new.
fire fest
Yeah, the
vest,
battle vest. Yeah.
battle
But
vest.
the fun part about those vests is I was still making pocket t-shirts, and I always make pocket t-shirts, but
Yeah.
I sewed on pocket t-shirt pockets on all those vests. So
Hell yeah, you did.
I was
As
doing a part of
pockets.
that, and yeah, I was
It's
very
like
proud of
kinda
that.
hand pockets too.
And they're great hand pockets. They
They're
literally look
friggin'
like
phenoms.
and then it
They're
was
like,
always some like
"Ooh."
crazy fabric that made sense with the individual, so it just
Everything was
kinda tied
great,
in
and we used, like,
everything. Like,
patches
the
and
whole
oh
back
my
plus
god.
the things plus the patches, like, it was a whole
I came
shebang.
back with, like, all these projects. It was
Yeah.
like, "You want a
"You
bowl
get a
holder
vest,
with
you get a
caramels
vest, you get a
and,
vest,
like,
you get a crumbs, you get
edibles?"
bowl holders." Yeah, it was gosh, you're freaking over here.
Oh, man, and then also, "Here's your vest. It's been personalized to you,
Yeah.
only you."
But,
Oh my god, so
oh,
great, though.
one of the best, though, functionality you're saying is also the quilts. Let's
Oh,
just come back to the quilts real
amen.
fast. So,
Okay, we
mom made
grew
the
up on
t-shirt
a quilt.
quilts. Yeah, we grew
Hold
up
on.
on quilts all the
The
time.
blue quilt was taken
Oh my god, yeah.
everywhere our entire lives. It's literally like we're going to the beach, we're going to the park, we're going anywhere, grab the blue quilt. And
Blue quilt.
always I feel like, you go to people's places and their quilts are kinda hung up or they're in the back, they're, like, too pretty to touch. And mom would always be like,
Times,
"You
yeah.
need to use your quilt. Quilts are meant to be used, okay?
Yeah.
Quilts are meant to be used." So, cut to high school, we have t-shirt quilts
We have t-shirt quilts. Yes, because you get hella t-shirts all the fucking time in high school
all the
and
time.
even in
You don't
college.
get them, you buy them.
Yeah, yeah.
Really.
And it's like in high school, what were we
Ton.
making? We were making the felt knot blankets, and I still
Yes,
have one. It's like I
the
got that
fleece tie
fleece one.
blankets.
Yeah, those things
Yes,
were
I
just
have one
all
I
over the
sleep
place.
with.
And I
Yep,
need to make another one. Like oh
and
my
they're
gosh,
really great, and you gotta make, like, a massive one,
you
they're,
gotta
like,
make a massive one. This one's
big.
just about a foot
Little
too small
bitch
on
one.
each side. Yeah,
Damn.
it just is enough that when you turn enough, that
Oh,
you're gonna
no,
get a
you get a
little
little
ass
butt.
crack. Yeah, it's
No.
bad. But,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
you need another.
these quilts for the, you line up, you have to cut out all of the front and backs of the shirts, whatever shirt you wanna use for the high school.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I was in cross country, I was in track, I was
Yep,
in swimming,
yep.
band,
And sometimes the
Mr.
front was
Mustang,
funny, or
like,
the
all the
back was
things yeah.
funny, depende, you
And
know?
then mine is like, what, 9 feet by
Yeah, they're
5?
huge because 'cause
Mine's
they're, like,
massive.
4 by 4, probably
Yeah,
16 t-shirts
I
or, like I don't know how
yeah,
many
I
t-shirts
asked
in
for
it.
a massive quilt. Like
Yeah,
it was a lot of money to get that thing quilted,
I
and it took
believe
a
that.
lot of fabric. Like I was like, but like
And mom sewed it all
sewed
except
it
for
all. Like
the, like,
oh
putting
my
it together, the
gosh,
quilting part of it,
you gotta
and the
iron all
pattern.
those. You have to be very precise
Oh,
down
and the
to a grid
binding.
through an entire 9 foot by 5 foot
Yeah,
behemoth. Like oh my gosh, to have
yeah,
that type of precision.
yeah.
Ah,
Dude, and mine has, like,
oh my
my
gosh, like,
name
I'm
appliqued
so
over the
thankful.
top. And also mine
Yeah.
has pictures. It has fabric photos.
Yeah.
So you get, like, your pictures, printed on fabric of me wearing some of these T-shirts.
Yep.
Fat then they are sewn into this quilt. I mean, this
Yeah.
quilt is so intricate, and it's hot pink, lime green. I was a big whore for hot pink and lime green.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've changed a little bit. I'm now maroon and olive. So I've just dimmed down the same category of colors. I'm a
Yeah,
bit
no more
darker
lime
now.
green and
I'm a bit
yellow.
more grounded, I shall say.
Oh, yeah?
I was flying
I hope
high with
the
the hot
whole
pink lime
world
green.
yeah, they need to bring back more of the colorful stuff, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I get you. But
Yeah.
yeah, these quilts have been utilized.
Utilized.
We use our quilts.
We do. I have one in
I
the
use
car.
all of my
That's like my
quilts. Yeah.
abandonment blanket.
She made a really cool Nebraska one that has these intricate
Yeah.
different fabrics for Nebraska, and then on the other side is mink. So it's nice and soft
Yes.
and fuzzy, and it's a small square. So it's small. It's too small to like totally wrap up and stuff, but it's
Yes.
just enough to like help and
That's the
put
one
it
I
on
have in the
the left
car.
and all this stuff. Yeah,
But mine's hot pink, lime green, black and white.
yeah. So
Oh,
the
and
if
minky
you
on
ever
the
get to
back, so
the mink on
nice.
the back, it's so good.
It's so
Yeah,
soft. Like, who makes a quilt like that?
yeah,
Nobody. And, like,
yeah,
it's nice to I mean, it's a thick and the binding I mean, it's just a
yeah.
nice freaking blanket to have.
It's
You
so
will
good.
not be
It's so
cold.
good.
It's
And
thick.
yeah, that's great. Like I put it
She's
sometimes as
so
something under
good.
my butt, as a seat, an
Yes.
extra cushion, all sorts of things.
It's literally
Yeah.
my
So
emergency
it's actually
blanket.
kind of
It's
crazy. So
amazing.
I mean, there's a huge community and a bunch of quilters in the Midwest,
Yeah.
as you might know. Like quilting is big, and quilting is
Lincoln
even big
has,
out
like,
here.
the museum, doesn't it?
It has a full ass museum. I was just mentioning that. Yes. So I've been to that museum and I
Have
love
you?
that museum. It's pretty cool. Like it
I've
has
not
all
been.
of those quilts that are just massive and really old hanging up on the wall and then they're like hung over a thing.
And
Um,
people are like, "Whoa, creative," or like
Whoa, creative.
very
Oh my
intricate and
gosh. If
ornate.
you go on Reddit right now onto r/quilting, there are some incredible, just filter
Yeah,
like top images and
yeah.
see what, like, some of them are like optical illusions that they sew into
That's
things. Like there's
sick.
curls and like, all sorts of crazy nutty things that these
Dope,
folks
dope,
make.
so dope.
Like it's incredible.
It is
Um,
incredible.
and what was very cool is in Lincoln on the East Side campus, that was that new development. The Innovation Studios actually had a long arm quilter. So it
Okay.
had two handles right here in front of you, and then you could either go off of a computer generated thing that had a, whatever image that you wanted to
Yeah,
trace as your line,
yeah,
for the sewer over there. And, this thing is a gigantic 10 foot, 12 foot long arm thing that's over here. And
yeah.
you are using a laser on this thing and just
That's
guiding it
so
while it
crazy.
goes over there, and you have the whole quilt just laid out, and then you see these old ladies rent an hour for
Yep.
like $6. Then they're like, it was so fun to see. Oh my gosh. But like there's a whole like quilting community, and even
Yeah,
like
and I think
that
it's
I've
coming
I've
back.
talked yeah, I've talked to a lot of the water aerobics ladies and folks about my quilting and or quilts and sewing stuff, and they always tell me about it. So I guess there's an Enumclaw quilting show coming up in November,
Okay,
or it may be Puyallup. I will double check
okay.
with Jan. But yes, getting tuned into the quilting community
Hell
and the
yeah,
PN
fuck yeah.
dubs, you know.
Oh, I bet that's gonna be incredible.
But yeah, I just want to see what they come up with. Like, it's a cool art form,
And pe
and
it
it
is a
takes so
cool
much
art form.
time, but it's actually functional and useful. Like
Yes,
I
yes.
use that big one as either a layer between me over in camping, but under my air mattress,
Yeah,
or as a full wrap. It is so warm.
yeah.
It blocks wind. You can
And
just turtle in that thing and survive a blizzard.
like, quilted backpacks or purses, quilted
Yeah,
runners on a table. There's different quilted whatever the fuck.
yeah,
Um, it is a cool art form. You can do a lot of
yeah.
things in
You can
that.
do a whole lot of things.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I don't think
yeah. A
my
sewing machine is functional.
yeah, I still have a whole box of t-shirts for college that I've been meaning to make into a quilt. But
Yeah,
then I've just always told myself I can't make mom do that one. I have to make that quilt.
yeah.
And then Yeah, pay for it
Yeah.
to get quilted, and then oh man, that's a lot of work.
And yeah, the time goes by. Time goes
Time goes
by.
by.
The sewing. I do like sewing
Goes
on patches. I like
on.
following
Solo
things.
patch is great. Yeah,
But
I'll just do that, and then my like little pocket t-shirts.
yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
been my little niche, but like I do want to expand into some more costumes,
Yeah.
or some more actual clothing because I do have a bunch of patterns.
Yeah.
I could make some vests. I could make some jackets. I could make
Yeah.
some like all sorts of things,
Yeah.
and use some funky fabrics
Yeah.
and do some funky things.
Yeah.
I need to make some bell bottoms.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
hell
you
yeah,
do.
fuck yeah.
Hell
I
yeah,
need to
fuck
make
yeah.
yeah.
You
I need a
totally
pair, a
could
pair.
too.
Yeah,
It's
like
just
I can get a pair of like white denim or like just denim bell bottoms and then dye them all white and then tie dye them and then I'll wear
what
that.
size waist are you? 32?
31.
31?
Yeah.
Is there other sizes I need to know? How do
No.
pants work? No, you just said 31.
31, 31.
31,
Big good
31.
luck. 31, 32 is the most reasonable one you'll find. Yeah. Because 31-30 is going to be too short up to my ankles.
31,
31-31 is
32.
great. 31-31 is my ideal, but good luck finding that.
Okay.
31-32 is what you'll find.
But it's doable.
Yeah. I'll just usually hem it in about an inch.
Okay. So it's like, yeah, waist and then tall. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting. Bell bottoms. Yeah, I think bell bottoms are in right
Wouldn't
now.
I rock some bell bottoms somewhere?
Oh hell yeah! I do
I don't
think you
know.
would.
I just think I need a
I
pair of
could
bell
see you in
bottoms.
some like
And then,
tan
like,
corduroy bell bottoms. That's right, like a
yeah.
little dazed and confused, baby.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, just like
I don't
flowy
know.
top. I can just see it. It's
I
like a
can kind of see it,
concert,
like,
shirtless with fucking bell bottoms. I just think
yeah.
corduroy bell bottoms are your fucking
Uh,
vibe.
I don't know. I have never thought I could pull off corduroy. Like
What
that's the
for
one
real,
fabric that I've never worn.
dude?
I
I'm
haven't
currently
worn a
getting into
corduroy thing.
corduroy.
Like,
I've got a
yeah,
dress I like, and I fuck with
I
it.
had this conversation with a person in Bellingham because they were corduroy. And I was like, I
I
don't
love
think I could pull it
corduroy.
off. They're like, I think you can. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I
I was like,
agree.
uh,
Retweet. Now you're talking
uh,
about it.
man,
Here we
I
are
don't think
talking about corduroy.
corduroy. Corduroy.
Corduroy. What the
But
will
isn't
marinate?
it interesting what fabrics you will and will not wear? Like,
Totes.
typically on a day-to-day basis, I do not wear athletic wear. That I
Yes,
do specifically leave for athletic activities.
me as
Like, I'm
well.
not wearing like basketball shorts all the time.
Correct.
Not my vibe, and I
Yes.
don't like that fabric feel on my
Yeah.
body all the
Yeah.
time.
I don't want tight things on me all the
Yeah,
time. I
and
feel like,
synthetic.
yeah.
And then, like, a
Yeah.
lot of times, like, I have to judge my hiking pants based off of their noisiness, like the
I
scrunch.
get that. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if I'm like, when I'm like,
Yeah.
like it's just too much noise. Like I'm gonna be huffing and puffing like a fucking mule. Like I don't want to
Ain't
have
nobody
some
got time for that.
like some like synthetic
Oh my
polyester.
god.
You know,
Yeah, no. No. I absolutely agree with that. It's gotta be quiet.
you gotta be quiet.
I just tossed out a dress that was not quiet.
Too yeah, too
It is
noisy. Like
not
oh my
quiet.
god,
Oh, it
yeah,
was way too much. Like
yeah.
my ass moves, and then it's just like,
Yeah.
like no. Yeah,
Like I can't do that. Yeah. It's
no,
yeah. And I need
no.
to I was talking one of my front desk guys, he's been wearing these cowboy boots and he's a young
Okay,
guy and he wears his cowboy boots and I'm like, yes, hell yeah, I love it.
love cowboy
And then,
boots.
I mean like I need to wear my cowboy boots, but then
Yes.
my cowboy boots squeak. My left
Oh
heel squeaks
no!
and it's just
Don't be that
impossible.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I need a new pair of boots. I need to either get a resole, reinserted, something, or put I don't know.
I put new
But
cowboy boots on my Christmas list as well.
that is a tall ask.
I know it's a tall ask, but it's on a wish
It's
list
on a
somewhere
wish
out in
list.
the
It's that I
universe.
got a
So
wish.
I
Santa
just thought,
Claus, where you be?
Where are you,
We've been good
Christmas?
this year.
Why can't I find
Give
you?
me some
I
boots.
want some
Give me some
boots.
snakeskin
Dude,
boots.
well, I wore my boots in Nashville, and I was like, "Damn, these bitches are kinda tight." Like, my feet at the end
Yeah,
of the night, my pinky toes hurting, like, I'm just
yeah.
waiting like a
Well,
sausage
I got a
casing in there.
specific pinky toe. Like I need
I
to get
know, and
my
mine's
boot
gotten
like
like that. It's gotten back a little bit. Not pulled back, but it's raised, and I think it's because I, like,
wrong.
kinda broke my toe when I lost my toenail from chopping wood and Birkenstocks like a dipshit. So it's altered the way I've walked and altered the way my pinky toe lies, which is now up a little higher.
You should probably go get that checked.
Well, I have the chiropractor knocking at it, and it's gotten better, actually.
Knocking at your pinky toe.
Yeah, knocking at my ankle and my toes
Yeah,
and my knee. It's all connected.
yeah,
It's all stupid. But yeah,
yeah.
your pinky toe is contagious now.
Sorry about
The
it.
worst. Poor
Yeah,
Matthew
you
has
got
the
it now.
worst pinky toe.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It just
It's
doesn't touch the
fine.
ground. That's
It's
good.
just like
But
scared.
going back to sewing, so I think like the next progression for me is one doing some actual real ass sewing projects.
Yeah.
You know, there is a jean jacket that I want to make. I want to make myself a jean jacket,
Ooh, and you
but
could
I want to
pre-patch
use
it so then you don't have to, like,
yeah, and then I want to
uh
make it or khaki denim,
ooh.
and then make it longer. So if I could make
Ooh.
it shorter, but like the longer, similar to my peacoat length, so it covers some things and it has a
A little
lot of room,
trenchy.
a little trenchy, but a lot of room for patches.
I like it. And,
A
yeah, you could,
lot
like,
of room for,
redo
a
all
lot of
the
room for
arms
inside little pocketses,
inside little pockets.
you
Perfect
know.
for a festival season.
But yeah, I've been thinking about this for literally years,
Have you
just
now?
years and years and years and years. Yeah, but I just haven't actually done anything
Yeah.
to sew.
It's
It's
golden.
it's let's go in. You know.
Golden.
What about you? What projects are on your mind? What vision does Brittany have for her
Well
sewing future?
Well, I have a, light pink wide brim hat that I got at Hobby Lobby for, like, $3. It was on sale,
Yeah.
and I thought, "Hell yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna take that." So I'm thinking I'm gonna embroider, but here's the thing, I kinda
Do you
want it to
want to?
be
Are
gorgeous on
you
both sides, right? But
okay?
it's a felt hat, it's not, like, super duper thick. So I'm
Okay.
thinking 2
Yeah. I
ferns
mean,
coming,
okay.
like, actually going up back here, like a boho type hat,
Okay.
and then, I would do, like, a sunflower actually in the front, and then a
Yeah.
moon sequence in the back, and then on the side coming up, do some mushrooms and some fiddleheads around it, because 'cause it's got, like, a light pink ribbon. So that's my envisioning, but, like, my drawing is not that good,
I
and
can see it.
you can see it,
I can see it though. Like,
and I
what
think I
color is
might go
your
over
hat?
it
And
with
what color is the hat and how wide is the brim?
light pink, probably like a 4-inch
Yeah,
out
that'd be
brim.
awesome. Yeah, and it'll be lighter since it's than your current your the one that I made.
So I'm thinking like color changing
For sure.
thread of
So then
green,
that's
dark to
not
light
covered in
green.
metal, super
Correct,
glued to it. Yeah.
correct. But I did think like do some super glue on top in the pattern, and then it would be raised on the top portion,
Uh huh.
um, sewing it, so it would be kinda cool.
That'd be
3D. I've
good.
been seeing more and more like T-shirts or sweatshirts, they'll, like, do lettering in,
Yeah.
what you call it, hot glue gun, and then you just, like, sew over it, and it's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's,
but
like,
I can.
tubular, like,
Yeah, and then
high,
there's
and then it dries, and then you just, like, around, 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 it's like a mound, and it's like an applique of
and
whatever.
then does dry hot glue hold shape in the washing machine?
I assume so, plus it's, like, stitched in there. I mean, you've, like, gone over it so much. I think it holds probably for a while.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'll have to see that. I'll have
just a
to
thought.
experiment. That's fun. That's
Yeah,
a thought. Just a
I
fun thought
just
I've
keep
had.
thinking crazy sewing things
There are
online, and it's
oh my
cool.
gosh. Well, I've
You do,
kind of
like,
trained
portraits in, like, embroidery.
and
It's
I've
fucking
sent you a
amazing.
few of them. I've kind of trained my Cosmic Spruce, my business Instagram, to
Yeah,
send me so many tutorials on
yeah,
either sewing things, crafting things, map making things, all sorts of different just tutorials.
yeah,
And I and I'm like, oh gosh, a lot of them are very cool that I sent to you guys
yes,
and you and mom. You know,
yes. And
yeah,
they're cool. It's nice to get
it's pretty
ideas and
fun.
get inspired
Yeah,
online. I
it's
think
pretty
there's
fun.
a lot of things. And I've got all these aprons, and I wanna do more with them.
Yeah. Oh, I
But
could see you doing some cool things with aprons.
yeah, I fuck with
Yeah.
aprons. I like sewing projects. I
Yeah.
just,
Everybody
um
buy my pocket t-shirts. I'm good at sewing them and it gives me excuse to
yeah,
sew them. Yeah, guys.
yeah, get
Buy
a
my
Cosmic
sewing shirt.
Spruce
Get a
on
Cosmic
Etsy.
Express sewing sewing.
Sewing. Oh my god, sewing.
Sewing.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad we, talked about sewing because it is a big deal,
It's pretty fun.
and
It's
we
pretty
enjoy
good.
it, and
It's
it's
one
kinda like a
of
family thing.
humanity's oldest activities because we have clothed ourselves ever since we lost our hair.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the truth.
And ciao ciao for now.
Ciao, ciao for now.